Johnston here, and I just finished shooting a couple of videos for Guitar Techniques magazine, and this was a ton of fun. I don't typically do this type of thing anymore, so it was a challenge, and I had a blast doing it. Usually these days, it's more so myself and my guitar, just kind of unaccompanied, improvising, whether I'm at a guitar clinic or playing a show or just practicing. It's usually by myself, one-on-one with this guy. So yeah, just taking a random backing track, so to speak, and just playing on it is not as common as it used to be for me. So this was a huge challenge. The first track I played on, a track called, I want to say it's the Maple Mosh, but it might be the Maple Mosh. Pronunciation is it's a mess right now. So this track was pretty much all in the same key. There's a couple moments where it stepped out a little bit, but I basically viewed it as the key of C sharp. Now C sharp, because I'm tuned down, I have steps, so everything's shifted. So yeah, I mean, pretty like a driving kind of groove, really just focused. So for me, the hardest thing and the biggest challenge, I guess, was just how do I approach it rhythmically. You know, what am I playing on top? But not so much the notes, but how I'm expressing the notes in terms of rhythm. A lot of the faster stuff, just like the technical kind of licks and all that, flashy stuff, a lot of that, it's all muscle memory now, so it's not so much how do I play these licks against this time, or am I going to be able to play this cleanly. It's more so, can I play just musically, interestingly. And it's tough. It's always really difficult to do that. All this stuff's improvised that I played, so it's not perfect, but it's a good reflection of how I'm trying to think about this backing track on the fly. And I think that's the whole point of this. It's, if you gave me this piece of music, what would I do with it without too much time in the studio where I'm overthinking each part? It's just, here's me playing. So yeah, I'm trying to play, you know, against behind the beat a little bit, or a little bit ahead of it, or with triplets, or 16th notes, just a lot of different rhythms against basically a feel like that. You know, so for example, I was doing a lot of this. So very pentatonic, but you can hear it's dragging behind a little bit, which is, I think, really cool. Or I might play with a little bit more intensity, a little bit quicker. Even I'm thinking, again, the rhythm. I usually think of my leads in terms of arpeggios rather than modes or 3-note per string scales, just because my picking hand's not as good, I guess, as I'd like it to be. So you know, I thought of it in terms of, okay, here's, for example, my natural minor, thinking about all those positions and inversions. So one lick I was doing kind of was based around that. For example, this guy here. Real slow, looks like this. Let me try that again. Something to that effect. It's always hard breaking down some of those licks that are just under your fingers. But basically the idea is I'm using a B flat minor arpeggio, and anything within that. For example, all that kind of stuff. And it's not super technical. It's just, it's more intervallic and I think interesting because it's not following a typical 3-note per string pattern. So anyways, yeah, have a listen to the improvisation, and you can see what I'm talking about.